What up, world? Self improvement versus self sabotage. Let me know if y'all can hear me on this one. AZD is back on the live. I started doing my lives again more often. I used to do um I used to do my lives at 5. I used to come on live at 5 and talk about various topics. So I think I might start doing that. Probably be a little bit more earlier than 5 because I have some other things that I'll be um attaining to around that time. But we're gonna try to make it happen, right? So what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Let me know what's your opinion on self improvement versus self sabotage. And in my opinion, one is easier than the other, and one takes more work than the other. And that happens to do with how we go about life, how we look at things in life, choices and decisions, right? So self improvement versus self sabotage. One of them you have to re- one of them you have to work really hard at, right? One of them you have to be disciplined, you have to be determined to make a better way. And that's the improvement part, self improvement. Take some discipline, take some sacrifices, take some getting out of your comfort zone. It takes a variety of things to improve yourself, to have self improvement, self development. Now, with self sabotage, in my opinion, self sabotage could be more easier for a person to achieve self sabotage because if you're just going through life, just living life and just letting life happen to you, you're not really going up against the grain or addressing what needs to be addressed or taking certain situations and finding solutions to those, then you end up finding yourself in a self sabotage mode, right? That self sabotage mode, it could be easy because in a way it doesn't have to take any effort. Whoa, shucky, right? So, but with self improvement now, self improvement does take some work. Like I said, you have to be disciplined. You have to work on certain things. You have to be organized with your routine, with your lessons, with a variety of things, right? And like I said, self sabotage versus self improvement. One is easier than the other because, like, self sabotage can happen very easily, right? Because if you're just letting life happen to you, you're not addressing certain situations, you're not trying to better yourself, you're not trying to learn from the lessons that you incurred with, right? Yeah, I gotta bad up traffic sometimes. Um, so self sabotage could be easier versus self development because, like I said, let's just be life happening to you, and you're not willing to find any solutions, any adjustments to what's going on, and you just let life happen. That's be a self sabotage. Self improvement now requires some dedication, it requires some discipline, it requires auditing your life and finding out where in your life things are going wrong, where in life you can improve in things, where in your life you can cut back on certain things and develop certain things, where in your life you can use your gifts, your talented to increase your value, to increase your value to society, your value to your community, your value to people around you. What's going on? Shout out to everybody on here. Big shout out to you. Thank you for being on here. Thanks for hitting that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. On this live, I was about to say show. On this live right now, I'm just talking about personal development, self improvement, basically self improvement versus self sabotage, and how it can affect your life. Now, a lot of us can go through life neutral, mediocre life, and not worrying about improving what's going on in our life. Just letting life happen to us. Don't let life happen to you, right? Don't just squander your time. Don't play the victim role. Playing the victim role, squandering your time, and not executing is part of being self sabotage. Now, on the other hand, if you want to do self improvement, you have to audit your. Jeez, Yo, I swear where I live at, these people be driving crazy. I live in like the insurance capital of the world, but these people drive like, well, a lot of them don't have insurance, but these people be driving like crazy, right? All right, so let me get back because I'm about to lose my train of thought. All right, so with self improvement now, it really takes like some real steps from you personally. So you have to, like I said, for me, and these going off of my opinion, my experience. So I have to audit myself, audit my life. That means spiritually, mentally, financially, physically, audit your life, your mindset, all that. Audit your life and where you at today's compared to maybe 3 months ago, compared to the beginning of the year. Audit your life. See what you have to adjust. See what you have to get situated, right? See what plans you have to put into play or work out or put down on paper, whatever you, however you do your plan, right? That's part of the self improvement. Because if you just let life happen to you, you just woe is me, you're basically self sabotaging yourself, and the self improvement is where it comes into effect. Where you have to create discipline. Where you said, "No, I'm not going to sabotage my life. I'm not going to squander my time. I'm not just going to let life happen to me. I was blessed with breath, with air. I can breathe. I can move. Whatever you can do, you have another day of life. You can improve yourself, so you can build up on that self improvement, right? And like I said, it takes some discipline. You have to look at your life, look at things that you want to change, look at the outlook in the future of what you want your life to be like, and start working on it. Start developing little bits by bits, whatever you have to do bit by bit, it can happen. If you think that you got to go after and take that big bite, go ahead and take that big bite. Go ahead and take out. If there's a crazy problem that you don't even want to address, you don't even want to go up against, but that problem is holding you back, and that problem is basically leading to your self sabotage because you don't want to address the problem, you don't want to find solution, you don't have to adjust to it, you don't want to find a better situation or whichever way to make that problem work out for you, right? If you don't act on that problem, then that problem will bring you down and be more self sabotage. So if you have problems out there, go ahead, address your problems, take care of them. Right. So that's part of the self improvement part. Have some discipline, have some organization, work on a schedule. And I'm telling you guys, these is from my opinion, from my lessons, from lessons learned in life. Right. You have to address the problem because by then, if you don't, you be self sabotaging yourself. Gilberto, shout outs to you. Big shout outs to Gilberto. Um, Course family, shout outs to you, Course family. Big shout outs to you. Who else? Who else? Shout out to everybody on here. Appreciate you being on here. We're talking about self improvement versus self sabotage. One is easier to achieve than the other, while the other one takes more discipline, more attention to. And the one that takes more attention to will be self improvement, improving on yourself. Self sabotage can easily happen if you just let life happen to you. If you just going through life as the woe is me and I'm the victim mentality and I'm just gonna let life happen. Whatever happens, happens. I'm not going to try to make things better. I'm not trying to make myself better. I'm not trying to make the situation better, right? If you're not trying to make things better on your day, if you're not growing, like I got this from one of my mentors, if you're not growing daily, if you're not reaching for more growth, more value, more um getting more out of life, right? If you're not into that, if you're not growing yourself mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, whichever way that you want to work on it, if you're not increasing on that, then you're basically dying, right? Without no growth, you're basically dying. Without no growth, there's no oomph, no power, no boost, no reality check, no passion, right? Right? So with that said, right, as long as we're blessed with life, as long as you have some kind of movement, some kind of breath, like like I said, like I'm learning a lot, right? And I'm be kind of transparent. Sometimes we go through things in life and you get kind of down on yourself, right? You get, what was me type thing. You get, oh, why I got to go through this, or why this couldn't work out this way for me. We all go through these kind of things in life, right? Where sometimes we go up against these obstacles, these adversities, and we really not sure how to address these obstacles and these adversities, right? And sometimes you just let things happen to you. But we have to get out of that mentality. We got to get out of that mentality. Stop letting things happen to you and address situation. Go after your goals, go after your dreams, go after solutions to problems, right? And take the necessary steps. Like I said, I've been learning a lot. I've been going through a lot. So then you learn a lot about yourself, especially if you decide to like you're not just gonna take it, right? You're not gonna lose. You have that mindset where you say no matter what, no matter the adversity, no matter the challenges, no matter the setbacks, no matter all type of things that may come your way, right? If you keep in your mind that you're not gonna lose, you're not gonna fall down, or if you have in your mind the courage to continue to go on, right? These are the blessings of life that can continue to move you forward to improve yourself better. And like I said, the lesson that I've learned, been through some stuff, experiencing some things in life, and sometimes I'm down on myself because of the experiences or the situation that I'm going through. I'm kind of like beating up on myself through life, like, okay, well, you should have been at this level, or you should have been here, or you should have been doing this. Don't beat up yourself, right? Don't beat up yourself because things are not going your way, right? Don't get down on yourself where it's leading to self sabotage. Jace, what up, Jace? Shout out to Jace. Thank you for tuning in. Don't be down on yourself where it leads to self sabotage, right? And like I said, I'm gonna go back to this point. Beating up on yourself, thinking down because you're going through some adversities, you're going through some challenges, you're going through some setbacks, right? Self sabotage. But the best way to improve on the self improvement now is learning from those lessons that you've been through, right? Learning from those lessons. Take those lessons as a blessing and understand that your life is actually more blessed than other people out there. Once you understand that your life is blessed and you could lead a better path for yourself, you start to do things more differently. You start to understand life. Um, Not understand life because it's still hard to understand life, right? But you get more of a drive, you get more of a passion to go out into the world and try to do your best, right? Try to do your best, improve yourself, right? And like I said, you might want to beat up on yourself because things not going the way you want. Are going things worse than you are. Other people have challenges. Other people had adversity, setbacks, all type of things that you might be thinking that you're going through something hard, but then you look around and then other people is probably going through worse. Whatever I'm going through, and I've been learning this like over and over, especially over the last month or two. I'm thinking I'm going through craziness, madness. Come to find out, there's people out there that's actually going through worse, crazy worse than I am, right? So, hope you got some value out of this. Hope you get some gems or something like that. Thanks for the likes. Thanks for the subscribe. Shout out to Jace. Shout out to Chris. Shout out to the core family. And I'll see everybody next time. Continue to be safe. Continue to work on yourself. Make yourself better. And I'll talk